Becker Hall, the home of the DMA department, so let's go inside and check it out. Alright, so we're in Becker Hall now. This first floor isn't near as exciting as the other floors, but we have our registrar's office over here. So if you need to drop or add classes or anything like that, that is here. And then over here we have our business office. They kind of go hand in hand with financial aid, just, you know, helping you pay for college and fines or anything like that. And then academic affairs, which is where our academic dean is. So if you need to talk to him about any classes or professors, you can do that. They're there for us. And then we get to ride the fancy elevator up to the third floor. So this is new. Everything in the renovations is about 2 years old. So before we didn't have an elevator, we'd have to lug all of our equipment up and down the stairs. She talks. I think she has a name. I'm not. I promise this elevator is new. We'll see how it works out. It's really cold. We'll go up to the third floor. See if she talks. But yeah, so we'll check out everything up there. There's a lot to look at. Just since the renovations, there's a lot of changes in my 4 years here. So, we'll look at it. Third floor. Alright. So, we'll start out on this side. In here, we have like our lobby lounge area. So if you need to meet with a group or anything like that, you can come in here and talk to them. Right now, we kind of have a lot going on. There's a filming or a studio kind of production going on. So they're setting it up. Go ahead. We'll go in here first. This is our Foley pit, and this is really awesome because when we have films that we like need to record audio or sound effects or anything like that, we can come in here and work with these things. And we have things like gravel, so if you need to record footsteps, you can just go in and like record that instead of going outside and finding the gravel and worrying about wind or anything like that. And we have sand and wood chips and all kinds of different things. So in here you have your screens where you can look over and see who's recording, and there's an intercom so you can talk to them. And then we also have our control panel so you can worry about levels and headphones and like all that kind of stuff. Inputs goes there so you can plug in a bunch of mics and go to town. In here, this is one of my favorite parts. This is our screening room. We have a lot of classes in here. It's just like our little mini movie theater. We'll come in here and watch movies or projects that other students have done up on the big screen. And then a lot of times we'll go over to the studio where I'm going to show you next, and we'll kind of mimic things that we've learned in class. So, yeah. There are some people working in here right now, so we'll try and stay out of their way, but if we talk to them, we'll. Alright, this is our shooting stage. It's really cool because right now you can see that there's a set built, and we've never had this opportunity to do this before. Last year, we always had to find a location and hopefully be able to work it out. But now that we have this location, we can build sets, and they're working on a project right now where they have different sets involved. You can see all the cameras and all the equipment that we kind of have. It's nice that we just kind of have that at our fingertips. We'll go check out the cage where you can get that kind of stuff. Over here, we have our equipment cage. So you come here and check out equipment, and you can come get cameras, lighting, equipment, microphones, anything like that, and you would just come in ahead of time, reserve it, and then check it out. We'll go look at some of the stuff we have. This is behind the scenes, we don't usually do this. So we have cameras like, let's see if it's in here. This is an empty bag, it's not that exciting. But we have things like Canon 7Ds where we can check them out. We have lens kits and all kinds of different things. And now we have the Red Scarlet, which is awesome. We're one of the few schools that has one of those, and we are just loving it right now. And then we have HMC 150s, RA light kits, Kinos. It's really awesome, the resources that we have. So you would come in here and you would meet people like Rachel, who would just check your equipment out for you, and then you could go film stuff. So we have these editing suites. They're pretty cool. They're for juniors and seniors mostly, but you check out a key and then you go in here instead of being in a big lab where you're editing with other people. If you just kind of need peace and quiet, you can come in here. This is the wrong one. We'll go to the other one where they're actually using right now. So it looks a little different than it should.
Really heavy. It's the juice worth this.
Alright, so because they're filming that thing in the studio, this does not look like it should. But you kind of get the idea where it has like a couch and then the computer and like all kinds of different like control pads that you can use to film or edit on your own.
Yeah, Studio 313 is advanced. Yeah, you can say it either way. Is Advanced TV Studio Productions final, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, we're basing it off of SNL.
Okay, and this is for a class.
Yes, it is for a class.
Okay.
Advanced TV Studio Production. So, it's based off of SNL. So we're having a sketch comedy show that's going to film live tomorrow night. There's going to be 3 different skits, one of which includes like a fake news set, and there's also going to be 2 digital shorts.
Okay.
So it's mixing both the broadcasting side, so like the best of the broadcasting side, and the best of the film side, merging them together. So and theater. So with the set building.
It's crazy how all the departments in our school kind of come together. Over here, thanks Fish,
Yep.
we have Dr. Clark. Dr. Clark is the head of our department. He is the leader, teacher, professor, advisor of our department. So you spend a lot of time with him just checking out what classes you have to take and then just like just having classes. He
I have a lot of fun. I enjoy executive producing a lot of the student
definitely.
projects and helping guiding projects.
Any questions or if you need budget or anything like that, this is the man you go to get that approved.
If you need the money, come see me.
Yeah, so tell me, are you the professor for that class?
Yeah, Studio 313 is a project, it's the final project in our advanced TV production class. And it's crazy. I mean, we're nuts. Everybody right now is like going, why did we ever think we should do this? Why is this a good idea? Because now we're trying to get all the equipment we had to bring over from the broadcast side of the program. We don't do live mix over here typically, so we're doing a live 3-camera mix, throwing audio, throwing video out to the audience, a live studio audience. It's a Saturday Night Live kind of a program, and it's quite the undertaking, and it's really neat to see everybody come together. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's definitely cool. It's something our school's never really done before.
We've never done anything like this before in our program, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Many years to come, hopefully, if it goes well.
Well, who knows? This will be a lot of fun.
Well, thanks.
Well, thank you for visiting my office. See you later.
It was nice getting to show you around Becker 3rd. If you go downstairs, you'll get to meet Derek Bortz, and he'll show you all the animation, cool editing stuff.
Hey, I'm Derek Bortz. This is the Becker 2nd lab area. This is where all the animation stuff kind of happens. So we'll go into this room first. This is the live action room where this is where they kind of sequester all the live action projects and kind of keep them over here. This is Tyler Welker. He's one of our adjuncts. Personally my favorite. What can I say? Caught him on his lunch break, but yeah, sorry. What do you teach around here?
I teach pretty much anything from animation to digital foundations, motion graphics. That pretty much sums it up. A lot of classes.
A few classes. I'm actually a TA for him right now in the Animation 1 class, and giving him as big of a headache as I possibly can. So, you want to walk around the room and see some projects we're working on? We got Charity working on what looks to be maybe a lip sync of some sort. Nice. I'm terrible at lip syncs. This is Ryan Schnurr. Putting together something for broadcasting, I'm guessing.
No, it's actually for a friend of mine, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
So it's just an independent thing.
Yeah. And it's required that you dress up whenever you work here.
Just at this station, though.
Just this station.
Yeah. So that's how you know that you're allowed to work on this one.
That's the only requirement for that computer. And we have this back here is the Facebook corner. No one actually does anything when you get back here because the professor can actually see your screen. So I always take this one. So that's about it for this room. Go over to the I call it the 3D lab because this is A260. This is where I spend almost all of my time. This is probably the best lab that we have.
He's just trying.
If you come this way, every station is equipped with a 27-inch iMac, which heats up, and a 21-inch Wacom Cintiq. You can draw right on the screen, just like real artists do. And headphones are a large commodity in this lab. They get broken almost every time.
In general,
Mostly because of this guy.
I think cats in general just aren't good pets.
So you can see someone actually using a Cintiq here. This is Andrew working in Photoshop, and he's drawing right on the screen, as you can see, which is, I think it's pretty cool.
That's what you want from your pet, because I want an independent pet that I don't have to care for.
We're making a film about a dog. Don't even.
The dog's an idiot. What? Have you seen the film?
Over here, again, Facebook corner in the back of the room. This is where you come to not pay attention to what's going on.
What? I'm not paying attention.
Facebook? What? I'm not kidding.
That was YouTube after that.
Just internet nonsense. So, hey Ballinger, can we ask you a few questions?
They have a good sense of show, but they're like,
Ballinger,
no, I don't want to play.
can we ask you a few questions? You'd like to?
It's okay.
Hey. So, what do you teach around these parts? What do you do?
I teach classes, different subjects that are relative to the overall education of my students.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'll give you.
Ballinger also has the largest collection of music I have ever heard in my entire life. And I've heard quite a bit of his 2 terabytes of music.
What's green, red?
Of everything you can possibly imagine.
Can you give some examples?
Well,
What's red?
there are anything from, is it Taiwan elephants playing pots and pans, and I've listened to, is it Wendy's training tapes, fax machines or Xerox machines making music,
Chickens?
and chickens, just baby chicks, I'm pretty sure was one of them. And I mean, he also has actual music too. Some pretty good stuff that borders on my taste. Dream Theater, Porcupine Tree. But he is a very interesting man. He's in the animation department, but he's not an animator. He is a 3D illustrator, I guess. It's kind of. Does that work? Teach us most of the stuff we know about 3D. So, but yeah, it's definitely a pleasure.
Maybe you could show them our hot sauces.
Oh, we have a collection of hot sauces here. One of my teammates has actually eaten most of these. Oh, this is me. People,
Let's pose.
go ahead. Okay. People have a habit of taking pictures of me and posting them around the department. I really don't understand it, but I don't know. So one of my teammates has actually eaten, I'm pretty sure has eaten a little bit of all of these. He's insane.
What are some of the names?
Some of the names? Well, we have Santa's Swollen Colon, Hell's Inferno, another colon cleaner. This one's burning my hand. Hand sphincter shrinker. hot sauce. Great.
Did it work?
I didn't eat any, but I think it did for Jake. And back here we have my little-known diagram of Pandora. This is why Pandora sucks. This is the music that I like, and this is the music that Pandora plays. Notice how on a Venn diagram there should be this overlapping spot of where things intersect and they're similar. There's none here. So, for anyone that wants to know why I hate Pandora, you just have to look back there. Alright, follow me. We're going to meet the air traffic controller of the DMA department. Her name is Sandy Hartle. She is hilarious. Hey.
Hey.
This is Sandy. Make sure to close the door for the air conditioning in. It's getting hot.
It's 48 and 48.
100.
No, it's not. It's 96. I was testing you.
This is the wonderful lady who keeps everything in order for our departments, both animation and live action. She also supplies us with generous amounts of candy, which I raid daily. Shouldn't eat any right now. So tell us about what you do around here.
Well, I manage the budget and I do the ordering and purchasing, and I manage, I kind of organize events, and I am the general information keeper kind of person.
She's also a lot of fun to talk to. So if you ever get bored and want to just leave class, you come in here, you sit down on this couch that one of my teammates donated, and you just kind of have a heart-to-heart with Sandy.
Oh, and please make sure you get my profound wall.
Yeah, we have quotes.
Anybody, that has something to say that's very deep and meaningful. We do have a lot of fun in DMA, and I do fit in because I'm crazy too, so.
That's the only reason they hired her.
If you're feeling a little crazy, come on. We've got a spot for you.
Yeah, well, we have more than one spot.
Yeah, because Bortz has taken up about 3 of them, and he's going to be leading, so.
Yeah, so we got multiple spots opening up.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you. This is the A230. This is the traditional animation lab. It's where we animate with candy, bugs, puppets. But it is a huge mess if you look at it right now. We're in the middle of shooting a very large, I don't know what to call it, live action pixelation. There we go. Of me, actually. And I'm running through a desert, and this, if you look over here, this giant bunny has attacked my hometown, and he burned down my hut and killed my family. So I'm after him with that giant sword you see on the floor, and I'm gonna get my revenge. So we're about halfway through shooting. I actually have to shoot this afternoon, but yeah, this room is an absolute mess. I mean, there's a computer on a bucket stand, there's a hay bale, clothes everywhere. It's also hot in here. This is not gonna be fun. But I think I should show you the drawing lab. One lab I didn't show you is because it's not used a ton, but it's a traditional drawing lab. Yeah, these are all the, this is inspirational design, and the latest assignment was to create a graphic novel. 6 page is what it looks like for most of it. This is our hand-drawn lab, where we have like these. Oh, and I just broke it. This is like an actual like light stand like you see in like the silly Disney behind the scenes kind of stuff. If I can find the light switch, turn it on. Show you, like you put multiple pieces of paper up on these, and when you do your drawings, you flip them back and forth, and the light shines through the paper, and you can see what you drew underneath, so you know if it's animating or not. This is where I spent almost all of last year for my junior project. Sat at that station over there and drew till my hand cramped, and then went to bed every night. And there's actually some pretty cool stuff that comes out of this lab. I mean, sometimes you see people just get bored and sketch some stuff, and I have no idea who did this, but it's pretty neat stuff if you ask me. But yeah, it's and you see the whole pile of drawings. So like, I don't know if these are in any sort of order, if these are tests, or I don't know, but someone needs to get their stuff organized. I don't honestly know of a ton of classes that happen here. I don't even know if there's a class in here this semester. But it's definitely worth having because it's a very, very vital part of animation. But come this way, I'll show you the lounge. We have a rather large digital media library where students want to check out a movie. Got a pretty big collection of live action and animation. We also have some posters of, I think it's Signs and Wonders, where we show a movie every, I think 2 movies a week. And we have coffee, water, and a fridge to store some stuff. Probably not a good idea to store anything in here. And now I'll hand it over to Sean.
Hey, I'm Sean Cruse, and we are in the DMA Media Library office. This is where I spend some of my time each day working. And the Media Library is just a really cool place where digital media arts students can come and check out a wide variety of films that we have in our library. So this is our program, our database that we use that I've been entering all of our media into. This year we've got our cover art for DVDs, books, all different stuff. So we've got synopsises. You can come browse through here. We've got an online library now that you can browse through, pick out a movie that you want, reserve it, and then come over here and check it out. And I'll show you kind of what we got going on in our student lounge here on the 2nd floor. So here's our shelves with all our media on it. We've got feature films, foreign films, documentaries, a ton of awesome short films. Our professors have really cool collections of animated shorts, live action shorts, stuff from all over the world. So just a really cool collection and a really good database, an opportunity for students to come and check out some media that you might not have seen before. So we'll head downstairs now, and going down. Downstairs is our stop motion area. So we've got stop motion puppet labs down there. We've got a full workshop with all different types of tools and casting materials to make foam puppets, brass puppets, clay puppets, props, sets, pretty much anything you can think of you can make. And as long as you don't cut off your fingers or burn down the place, you pretty much have free reign over the tools and materials. So let's wander around here and see what's going on. So this is our puppet lab, and we've got a couple of hardworking students here who are painting their foam puppets, putting final touches on their puppets that they've worked hard to craft. Johan over here, doing a little painting of the crotch area. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not. We've got mixing bowls over here. Kind of looks like a creepy kitchen. We've got ovens to bake the puppets, kind of like baking a cake, except I wouldn't eat the final product. Some more cool puppet painting going on over here. And all these puppets are fitted with brass armatures and wires inside of them, and they're fully posable and you can animate with them, which is really cool. So this is the model shop, and this is where some more puppet creation happens. There's the famous Steve Leeper, working hard, or hardly working, making some hand molds with Gracie. And these are a little different than the foam puppets. The brass puppets have silicone for the hands and feet that you pour into molds. Here's some examples.
I think it can wave the camera.
And so in here we've got a full range of
All right. So I think
power
if you know
tools
the look like
and
it's white light.
casting materials, hand tools, all that type of stuff.
You see how that's
Here's
off
Sarah.
a little
She's
bit?
working on her kangaroo
Question is-
puppet.
Sort of
Sitting in
where
its
does
little
it
clay
go
bed right
pressure?
now, soon to be poured over with ultracal into a cement
Okay.
mold.
That little.
This is my little dude.
Okay.
His name is Muds the pig. This is his head.
You want to try this one?
And his body is also sitting here in his clay mold, waiting to be poured on top of. And hopefully soon he will be a movable little pig. So, I think that's pretty much it for. Oh, one more. This is the usable materials room, and in here we've got a sewing machine for making clothes for your puppets. Again, we have all different types of cloth over here, just scraps and things like that that have been donated. But since the puppets are small, you don't really need that much material to make the outfits for the puppets. So you can get pretty creative with that. We've got just a bunch of kind of found objects in here that you can use as materials for props and things like that. Over here are some of the cement molds that people are making for their foam puppets. I'll open one up here. They're pretty heavy. So what you'll do is place your brass armature down in here, then take your foam materials, pour it over the top, make sure it's all covered up, pour some foam in the other half, squish it together, wrap it up tight, and throw it in the oven like a cake, like I was mentioning before. And then when it's done baking, you've got yourself a foam puppet. Maybe cut that part out.
Yeah. What shall we talk about? I mean, I don't know if I have anything here. Oh, well, but he's, here's his head. He's got a little bit of a, he's going to need a little surgery on top of his head, but he came out of the mold pretty nice.
Yeah.
He didn't. He'll be joining the Special Olympics. But this was the first cast, and it failed miserably, but every subsequent cast has been really nice. You can go upstairs and see it in Sandy's office. Dennis Jones has been doing some cool stuff with us. This is a shield that he's got for his little Viking character. Oh, we should go look at the Viking character.
Yeah.
Oh, was this your, this was Sean's, this is Sean's senior thesis project. Failed miserably, gave up on it,
Hasn't really
abandoned.
gone very far.
I'm, kind of a pierced pig. I had high hopes for it, but
It's kind of the guardian of the shelves now.
yeah. Hey Kate, how are you?
Pretty good.
Has Luke immortalized you yet? You were looking for me? Was that
Yeah.
about making a little stamp?
Oh yeah, well not about that, but I on my hands like it's cracking a little bit and I'm a little worried.
Okay.
I just didn't know if I should just do another coat or.
Let me take a look at it real quick. So this is a puppet that Dennis Jones he joined our class this year, and so he's pretty awesome. Fully articulate Viking. Everyone should have one, and now Dennis does. So his jaw even opens up. I mean, look at that. So we're pretty excited about that. He still needs to be painted. Dennis is falling behind the rest of the class, and we may have to have a talk. But this is, but if he comes and finds his Viking all tipped over, that might not be good. This is the mold that it took to make the guy. That's sweet.
A little bigger than the other one.
A little bit bigger. It actually is. It's a 1/4 inch. Yeah. See, this is
size comparison.
So, you know, it's close. Johan's been conserving on materials for us, and we really appreciate it. So this is actually literally a 1/4 inch leeway to fit into the oven. So if he was a 1/4 inch bigger, he'd be a massive uncured foam. Okay, I was going to look real quickly at your hands, and then I can go upstairs. So you say you're getting some cracking, and you said that you were oh, so
yeah, I put Prosade in it, and I don't know.
Half and half?
That's what I thought. I
Okay.
guess it wasn't enough.
Well, you know what I might do? I might just give it a coat of Prosade and then
Just a
powder
coat
it
of
again. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Problem solved. I coat all my problems with Prosade. Shall we go up in the elevator?
We've already been down it, so.
We used to have to use the stairs. I think the entire department's gained 10 pounds since the elevator's been installed. Have you seen our 49-hour competition trophy? It took us a year, but we got it. That was last year's 49-hour competition. Apparently we won. It took us a while to find out that we did win. And then last week, Brian Phillips came up from Indianapolis and gave us the trophy, and this is the puppet that was in the film that won the competition. How cool is that? Yeah. Hey, Sandy.
Hello.
They want me to talk about Brother Thomas.
Alrighty.
Instead of saying, this is my little monk. His name is Brother Thomas. He's one of a kind. Oh, wait a minute. No, he's not.
What?
This one's head's turned more.
So he's actually this is I think the first casting that I've got as a sculpt I did about 10 years ago, and I'd repair it once a year. It was sort of my annual ritual. But now I have a mold, and as of last week I have a casting. So this is pretty cool. He's the lead character in a film called The Temptation of Brother Thomas that will hopefully be a stop motion 15-minute short. 2 years from this day, I'm putting a stake in the ground. 2 years from this day, or I will never animate another frame again.
If you're watching this video 2 years from today, make sure you hold Professor Leeper to that.
You just want me out of the animation game. So, and Sean has graciously offered to do all my social media.
Perhaps.
So, yeah, that's kind of exciting. And, well, we're 7 years old. This is our seventh year, I think. Yeah, we started out, they had a computer lab over in the MCA, 15 seats, and Professor Ballinger, my buddy Ryan, and I came up from the Chicago area. And they had a slot for one animation instructor, and we decided to sort of tag team them. And so as they interviewed to figure out which one they should hire, we sort of took our interview to pitch the other guy, and it worked. So they did hire both of us, and we've been kind of cobbling together a program ever since. We started with that 15-seat lab over in the MCA, and the problem for me in animation is that while I can animate on the computer to some degree, I'm much more interested in the stuff of animation. And so we talked them into giving us a room over here on the second floor. They actually didn't take much talking into since nobody was in there. And then probably every semester we've just picked up an extra classroom. And as of last year, they renovated the entire third floor, just about finished the second floor, and then we have a shop in the basement that I'm sure you've had a chance to walk through with your video camera. So that's our real estate, we seem to have a fair amount of it. And as of maybe 3 years ago, we've been making short films. Sean, who is standing over here to my right, actually made a short film last year called Refresh, and now he's an internationally known animation mega star. And so he'll be leaving this spring to go off and make his fortune, and hopefully we can build the program on his coattails. That's the current plan.
Well, the respected student I had today, I think are you meeting with somebody?
I think so, yeah.
I gave him a tour today, and he wants to know how to get a job at Disney.
Really?
Well, he wants to know, if you go to Huntington, can you become a Disney animator?
Like with the ears and all? If you go to Huntington, can you become a Disney animator? If you are really, really gifted, as and you work hard, and drawing classes and your animation classes, there is a chance that you could get an opportunity to show your portfolio at Disney. It's a really tough competition. We're not a training school per se, and that we are more interested in developing the artists who come into our program, and so it's very hard to answer that question. I'd have to look at his portfolio and see if he actually is a young man who was kind of wired to actually be able to succeed. It's a very specified field. However, animation itself is very broad, which is how we approach it. And so we offer drawn animation, stop motion, and 3D graphics, kind of Pixar-ish approach to VeggieTales approach to animation, and then we also do motion graphics. And it's a way for students to explore what their giftedness is, what their temperaments are, what they're interested in. And that's the first 2 years. In the second 2 years is where we really start to find paths for students according to what their successes have been. So if this particular student was really quite gifted in this area and was willing to work hard on his drawing technique and refine those drawn animation skills, the last 2 years in the program would be dedicated towards pushing those skills to the wall. And I think they could be in good standing for a portfolio review and possibly a job at Disney. The question about faith really, I think, speaks to the heart of the program. The reason we're teaching animation on a Christian campus is because we feel strongly that the arts are a calling. Creativity is a gift directly from the maker, and animation is a great way to explore those gifts. And so the stories we tell, the art that we make, the creativity that we exhibit are all an outgrowth of being created in the image of a creative God. And so it's to see the development of your talents as being in participation with the creator is really kind of a fascinating approach to the arts. And so we start out the program challenging young men and women to step up and really push the talents that they've been given, to explore them, to think less about what can I get out of this, what job can I get if I take this class, and more about how can I grow by engaging this medium. I talked a lot to the students about learning to love the medium and learning to push it for what it's worth. And then, as I mentioned before, 2 years of that kind of exploration, then we start to put the clues together as to where that might lead. And we're very interested in seeing our young men and women getting into the animation industry. We feel that a presence in the animation industry of people who are passionate about their faith, I think we have a story to tell, and we have experiences that we can bring to the animation industry that would be to their benefit. But right now, we feel like we need to be really preparing the students. So less about training, where is this going to take me someday when I get a job, and more about you're here, you're now, you have these opportunities, push them for all they're worth. these are the students that we find excel the most. These are the students that we find actually do get the opportunities to work in the industry. So again, we kind of get back to that exploration process.
So we are up on the 3rd floor of Becker. There's a couple different areas up here, but we're going to check out the stop motion shoot room. I don't know if you're going to get good lighting in here with the stop motion stuff going on.
That's great.
Okay. Try just over here. So up here is where all of the stop motion shoots go on, from the stop motion class to junior and senior projects. We've got a really nice shoot space up here with lighting and DSLRs, dragon frame stations to capture your projects. So we can look around here and see what's going on. This looks like one of the stop motion class shoots. We've kind of got a fly rig going on, a makeshift fly rig with some heavy gauge wire holding up their sloth puppet climbing a tree, so that's kind of neat. And here is a diligent animation student setting up her stop motion. How's it going?
Slowly. Have
Pretty
to,
much how it usually goes.
yeah, have to drill every spot she walks.
It's a really nice character design.
Thank you.
And then, ooh, this is a private shoot room. So serious business must be going on in here. How goes it?
Not bad.
Capturing some frames.
Yeah.
Very nice. And then a masterful setup going on over here.
With my Michael Jackson gloves. Thank you.
So there's a wide range of possibilities with stop motion, from chunks of a tree to books to handmade sets and objects. So that's one of the best things about stop motion in this program is you really have free range to do whatever you want. As long as you can find something, you can manipulate it to use however you want for sets and props and characters, all that type of stuff. So it's really cool. So last year we got to work on a junior film stop motion project called Refresh that I directed. I've got some of the characters from that here. Got our businessman. It's kind of he's a bit overweight. He could use some exercise, but and then we've got our African woman and her daughter. I think one of her eyes has fallen off, unfortunately, but it's been a while. And the film was kind of to show the discrepancy between us here in America, how easy it is to get clean water, and people in Africa who don't have easy access, who spend a lot of the time of their days just walking to a dirty watering source to get water that would eventually cause diseases such as diarrhea and just terrible things that shouldn't still be going on in this day of age. There's a little water jug replica, kind of what they carry their water in. So it was just something that was on my heart to kind of spread that message of just get people thinking, raising awareness for the clean water crisis that still goes on now, and we just don't think about it because we're so fortunate. But it was something that I wanted to try to mix my passion for animation with, and so far it's been pretty successful. We've been in 7 film festivals here in the United States and in Toronto, Canada. We've won 2 awards. So it's just been a really good process. I'm just more excited about people actually hearing the message. So I'm really happy with how our junior project came out.
Okay, you need to introduce yourself.
What? Okay, let's see.